Hi guys, my name is Uche. I'll be talking on the need for public speaking in a digital world, and I'll be sharing some practical steps or two that you can use to get started. So what is public speaking all about? Basically, it's all about sharing information with your audience, information that is useful, and information that they can act upon, and that is calling them to action. Now, at the core of public speaking is something called empathy, because before people can act on any information you share with them, it means that you've connected with them emotionally, physically, and mentally. And for you to do that, you have to use the power of observation and you have to work on your listening skills. That is how you can connect with people. So, how do you now transfer this skill sets into the digital space? Well, the most important thing for you to do is for you to identify what works best for you. Take for instance, if you are a photographer, a freelance photographer, it means that a platform like Instagram might be the best digital space that works very well for you. So what do you do with public speaking skill within, let's say, a platform like Instagram? It means that you use a very powerful form of communication, which is a visual form of communication, to reach your audience. Okay, let's say that you are a freelance photographer who is interested in photojournalism. So what you can do is you can take the power of visuals to tell stories that are very interesting to your audience, or your audience share similar interests with you. Now, having identified your audience, what does that help? What does that also offer you? It means that at the end of the day or over time, you're able to craft your brand identity. And in crafting your brand identity, it means that people are able to associate you for a certain kind of information or message that you want to share. So, how do you get started? Well, it's very simple. You basically can start by self developing, that is, working on your skill set in that area. You can start by enrolling for free courses online on public speaking or communication related courses. You can read books on that, and also the most important aspect is for you to practice, because when you practice speaking, then you'll be able to utilize that skill set. And also have something in mind that just because it's about public speaking, it doesn't mean that it's limited to only talking. It's a skill set that, having understood the elements, you can now use it within the digital space. Like I gave an instance of you using the power of visual communication on a platform like Instagram. Okay, so how do you practice? Let's say you really want to get started. How do you practice on your own? Start by doing short videos of yourself. Choose random topics that cover the different demographics, that covers a particular area or sensitive issues that you know that will be tough or to discuss. Challenge yourself, and when you challenge yourself, do those videos, share with people, family and friends, and get their feedback. In that way, you're able to craft and hone your skills. Let's say you don't want to do speaking, you want to do content writing. Start by writing on topics, let's say on your Twitter handle. By identifying your group, write on the topics that you know will be of interest to them, monitor and watch their feedback, and in that way you begin to cultivate the another form of communication, which is written form of communication. In summary, what really matters? What really matters is that you get started. And by getting started, it means you've put your foot right in the door into into great speaking and effective communication. And how can you do this? The important thing for you to do is try and understand your audience, know their needs, observe them, and pay attention to their cultural, social, and economic background. In that way, you're able to craft your information in a way that they will use it and use it effectively. Now, that is what makes you an effective communicator, and that is what public speaking is all about, and that is how you can utilize the skill within the digital space. In summary, the second richest man in the world, Warren Buffett, said something, and that is public speaking is a lifetime asset. It's an asset that you use in selling yourself as a brand and as a person to people who need to know who you are and what you represent. And so you see why this skill set is something you can also use to represent yourself even within the digital world. Now, having said this, I would like you to have in mind that what is very important is being empathetic to your audience, because if you do not understand your audience, that is the people you want to reach, you will not be able to offer information or services that they would value. And when you don't offer such, it means you'll be lost within the digital space. There are a few links that you can find after the video to help you further in this area.
Everything changes.